And she went to some of the Sunday school that they had, and she learned about God. But after getting to know more about religion and about hell and hellfire, she decided that she didn't like God, because he would send people to hell that made a mistake or people that sinned, and she was not impressed. And her family and friends always told her to stay away from Jehovah's Witnesses because they were false prophets. And then one day, this is up till she was about 12, 14, and then one day when she was 17, going on 18, she found an article, and it talked about hell. And so she read the article, and she right away noticed this is a different religion. You know, they're not talking about hellfire here. They're actually saying it doesn't exist. So then she went looking for Jehovah's Witnesses, and she didn't have to look far because she lived a block away from the Kingdom Hall. And she looked, but there was nobody there, and she came by a few times after school. And then they came to her door. And when they came to her door, in the past, they always shooed them away, but this time she said, "Come in." And she had so many questions for them. And she said, you're going to come back, right? You're going to tell me more. And so right away they started a Bible study. And not long after that, 8-9 months, she got baptized in May 21st, 1966. And shortly after that, she started pioneering. And then she went to Quebec. She learned French, and but then she got sick. She got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and so she ended up coming back home, and that's when I met her, around 1970, 71, I'm not sure which year. And she was good friends with my sister. And so we got to know each other. But she was always a compassionate person. She loved people. And she loved her ministry. She loved to talk to people about the Bible and talk to them about paradise and the resurrection. And she also loved to explain why we die. And if you look at Genesis chapter 3, and we'll start with verse 1. So here in Genesis it says, chapter 3, "Now the serpent was the most cautious of all the wild animals in the field that Jehovah had made. So it said to the woman, 'Did God really say that you must not eat from every tree of the garden?'" Notice this is a trick question. He asked of every tree of the garden. And so did Eve know the command not to eat from the tree of knowledge? Her answer in verse 2 tells us whether she knew or not. "At this the woman said to the serpent, 'We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but God has said about the fruit of the tree that is in the middle of the garden, you must not eat from it. No, you must